So, I'm Shane. I work on the wiring for Applied Mechatronics. As you can see, this is kind of the state I'm leaving it in. I'll clean it up a little bit, make it a little easier for you to step in and look at it. Right now, this is where we're leaving it. So, I got this. This is the half of the cabinet I focused on. All the sensors and all the inputs. Pretty much anything that wired over to this side, I worked on. And then this other side, I got functional. So most of these over here are going to be, the physical buttons. So this is hardwired e-stop, the motor, the conveyor motors. You got a power switch label here. And these, on that note, these tags aren't permanent. These are just so that you can identify what the heck's going on. This is a rectifier. You got rectifier. Can't even read that. Rectifier green. Okay. Then you got power switches, encoders. I believe this is what this one is. Oh, e-stop return line. So you got obviously you got the PLC. You got cables coming up from underneath, as you can see there. So these all funnel into this. You got one main that comes funneling into it. You got plenty of DIN rail down there. It's not really being used. This is a rectifier, right? It's AC to DC. I think this is 24 volts DC, and they all feed into here, and that's what these 24s are. 24. It actually stands for 24 volts DC. You got a lot of. Well, it's a big mess because I never touched it. It's not even labeled, really. Good luck with that. Okay, so we'll move into this. You got these labels here. Jason was saying he liked the look of this. And as you can see, there's a green label here. These are user inputs. This is e-stops and start, stop buttons, resets, switches. That's what this green will stand for. And you move over to here. You got pink, which that's for pneumatics. This is for the solenoid. See? And tag, and it's not hooked up. So that's something that you'll have to figure out. What else? So there's sensor. Sensor. I believe it's sensor V. Yep. See, you got sensor V as well. And these all correspond to the sensors that are up here. So that's something you'll have to flesh through. It should be pretty straightforward. I ran out of time for it. And then you've got sensor DC as well. So it's gonna, but they're all labeled and they're all paired together, or maybe not paired together, but they're all labeled. Got the color reader. That's what this gray wire is. I'm sure, hopefully someone's giving you an overview of how it's supposed to actually run. I'm sure that's what Jason did for us. He gave us an overview of what he expected from it. And then the encoder, I forget what it was actually supposed to do. We never got it running. We've yet to have this up and running and powered. And as I think I was pointing out earlier, the conveyor wires coming from this left side, black, white, red. Those are the power. It's AC. So you can see these yellow tags and whatnot here. I'll walk you through my system for it, or my thoughts for it. I talked through Jason about it, and he was okay with it. He liked it. It's not quite complete. The only thing I'd add to it is a positive and negative further down onto the wire. I'd also probably shorten this because this is a great length of wire just for this. But this will be the sensor C, and then there's sensor C1 and C0, and of course these are DC. So down here a ways, whenever I can find the end of the wire, I forget which one, but one of these is positive, one of these is negative. I wanted to do a positive and a negative so you'd know which one goes where. without having to trace back the entire line. And it's like that for every sensor. Not every one of them has a second sensor on it, so it's just sensor B is sensor B, and then it does the same thing. It goes to negative, positive, sensor F, sensor G, and it's got G0, G1, and E0, E1. See? And so these are all tucked away, kind of stuffed in there, to be honest. This DIN rail is pretty full, but I believe that's all it's, well, it's pretty full. Maybe you want to add another one, maybe get a bigger one, something along those lines. And so as you can see, when it's all tucked in there, it actually looks really clean. And I'll make sure to leave it that way. Yeah, so this half of the cabinet didn't really get touched. Most of the wiring outside of the panel didn't get touched, but all the sensors are already wired, so you don't have to play with them too much. It's really gonna be the encoders, all the extra credit stuff that we want to do, like the color reader, that needs changed. The encoder, the pneumatic solenoids, so everything can function properly. As it stands, you could probably manually trigger sensors. So if you came over here with whatever and started playing with it, you could make them go off. Something that will need done is a wiring for this solenoid. This is supposed to trigger the flap inside the chute. So it's supposed to tell it which way it's going after it reads the BBs. Let's see, we got the main power right here. This will be 3-phase. You got line 1, 2, and 3. All the pneumatics was done, as we were told. Something that one of my compatriots helped me with was this. This is the line for the second conveyor. Like the first conveyor wires, those are the ones you saw down underneath. This one, well, they're right there. Good luck with that. If you have any questions, hopefully I can answer them on Discord. I'll be Shane Luthifer, ShaneLuthiffer. Shoot me a question. Hopefully your handoff packet is improved on what the last handoff packet was. Good luck, guys. Oh, so actually all my sensors, all these were pretty much written out for me in the I/O map. So all these should correspond to what you have, all the paperwork that you receive. Good luck with that, guys. It shouldn't be so bad. Just dedicate some time to it. And these rolls of tape, I got those at Hobby Lobby. They were like $2 each. Yeah. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make sure you spend time on it. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Jason's not looking for completion. He's looking for quality. It's one of those quality over quantity things. So don't say you can do it all and then not be able to do it all. Yeah, take it one step at a time. Dedicate a couple hours every week to it. That's my suggestion to you. Good luck.